Christ is risen. Hi kids, I'm Father Marek, and I welcome you to the third episode in Iconography for Kids. First of all, we're going to remind ourselves what we learned in the second episode, and we talk about three basic colors, which were gold, then red, and blue. So just a little reminder that gold represents the uncreated nature of God, uncreated light. Then red represents the divinity, and the blue humanity. So if we take the icon, for instance, icon of Christ, that's what we learned, that Christ was divine and he took upon himself. And in the Holy Theotokos, she was human and she took upon herself the divine. All right, so that's what we learned last week. And now we go to another four basic colors in iconography. And believe me, there's so many colors. There's about 700 different shades of colors, but these are basic colors that we use in iconography. So we're going to talk about white today, then about green, about brown, and about black and their significance. All right, so color white. Color white is very pure, and if you look at the color white, it's being associated with cleanness. Like, for example, your room. It's always clean, isn't it? Maybe not. I don't know. Well, if it's not, then go and clean your room. But anyhow, cleanness. Look, white color, like in this icon of the Nativity. See? Little baby Jesus in the tomb. Okay? So that's light coming into the darkness. Okay? That's what it symbolizes. Okay? Jesus laying in a little manger. And that's also just a little interesting fact that Christ came as a little babe wrapped in the swaddling clothes, in the white swaddling clothes, but that's how he will be laying one day in the tomb. Remember when we talked in our first episode, Christ being in the tomb? This is exactly what I'm talking about. See, Christ came for a reason, for a mission on this Mother Earth, and that was to save us. He's the Savior, and one day he'll be laying in the tomb like this, resting in the tomb. So that's the white. As far as the white color, we have white color in other icons. For example, like this beautiful horse that St. George is riding. All right. So we see the white color there. You can see white colors, for example, on the faces, but the faces we're going to talk about in the next episode. But the little white strokes that the iconographers were using from coming out of the dark face or the dark background of the face, and that's where we use it, that God's light penetrating through the darkness. So that's white. Now, green color. Everybody have seen green before. You play outside, you play soccer, you play football, you play all kinds of other sports, or just run on the grass. Right? We love it because it's fresh, it's green, and that's what it represents. Simply represents the life and the youth. So many times when you have a green color, it's being associated with martyrs. Many times as a young, they gave their lives for Christ. Right? So you have martyrs in red, but the other part of tunic is green. Then you have a green color in iconography as, and I'm going to point to this icon again. Look, this is the symbol of new life coming through. See that? In this desert where Christ was born, So that's how this new life is coming through those rocks. It's like a dandelion that our parents or us adults we don't like, because we like to have beautiful lawns, green lawns. There's no dandelions, but dandelion is so strong that sometimes it goes even through the concrete, believe it or not. See, how come that this little teeny tiny flower can get through the cracks of the concrete? and grow there. See, that's the power of life, and that's what the green represents. Okay, now next color is color brown. So you see that we're getting into the dark colors now. Brown colors is usually used in the icons, and maybe this is what you can start with, because it's very easy to do, you know, like the rocks or the hills or the desert, you know. So you have all kinds of shades of brown there, so it's very earthly color. All right, so you can start doing that. And by the way, we're gonna put some pictures, very simple pictures of icons that you can start applying some colors there as well. And you can fill out and talk to your parents or to your friends about those colors. Okay, so that's about brown. Brown is also used on the hair of a people. You know, that's that part is not like mine. Mine is like, you know, I look like a pigeon. You know, it's so gray. See, gray we don't use in iconography. Gray has no place in iconography. You know, it's either white or black there. Okay, so that's about brown. Now also we have color black, like really like a pitch black there. See that? But that's usually used in like and again, in this icon, it's used for the cave, the darkness of the cave. And we don't like darkness, right? How many of you don't like even to sleep in the room by yourselves because it's so dark, isn't it? I want to go to mom and dad, right? Isn't that true? It is. That's how we work. We want a little bit of teeny light there. See? When we tell our mom and dad, well, could you crack the door open a little bit so I can see a little bit of light and then I'll be more comfortable. See, this is what Christ does to us. This light penetrating the darkness. So, this black color, it's the absence of light. That there's no light, that there's no God. And that's how our world was. It was the world with no God in our hearts. And Christ in the light, that darkness pierced the light pierced the darkness. Okay, so what I want you to do, you go outside trying to find dandelion. If not on your lawn, maybe try to find it somewhere on the concrete and tell your mom and dad, look, the power of life. That dandelion coming through the concrete. That's how powerful that green is. Also, you can go and find something in white, maybe tablecloth, or maybe baptismal gown that you were baptized in, because that's a beautiful significance of the purity of life. Right? After we were baptized, we're all white and clean. Or if somebody has a dark hair, point out, oh, look, this is what we use in iconography, this color. It's either for sand or for rocks, okay, for the desert, and then also black. Whatever you find black, and you can, again, remind yourself, this is the absence of God, dark room in your house. You know what? You want to have a door open and remind yourself that Christ always comes to my heart as that light that comes through the little crack of the door in my room. All right? So that's what we learned about these basic colors. In the next episode, we're going to talk about face, some features, some geometry, and some aesthetics. Why the face looks like it looks like. Christ is risen.